Hello, this is Christian Semlich here, your leadership coach. Do you sometimes feel frustrated in your current position as a leader? It doesn't depend if you're a young leader in a smaller position, if you're in middle management, or even if you're in the higher top positions as a leader. Sometimes you might feel frustrated. And that's the moment when you realize something is missing and your inner voice tells you that something is not quite right yet. And the interesting point is that this is also a call to action. It's a calling. What we call it in the hero's journey, it's a calling. Because quite often we don't know what it is, and we don't need to know at that moment. That's not necessary. But we need to listen to that inner voice. Frustration is a sign that we do not achieve what we want to achieve. There is something missing. There is something, an obstacle in our way. And we need to go over that, or we need to change something. And by the way, changing behavior is some of the most difficult thing. Well, the point that you need to think about is, what do you want to change? Or what kind of obstacle is it that you are facing? What is creating this kind of frustration, and where do you want to go? And the process that we are offering in the Leadership Academy is the first step to see, well, there is a hero's journey for every leader too. And this hero's journey starts with the ordinary world. And the ordinary world in your situation could be, okay, I'm in my job, I'm in my position actually, and at the moment I'm doing what I can. It's okay like this, but somehow something something's not quite right. Something is missing. Something is like, what is it? And you ask yourself, what could it be? And you're just kind of frustrated. You want to move forward, and you don't know what it is. And most importantly, you need to find out if you truly want to work out, if you truly want to find out what is going on, what you really want to. So we start with a process to find out, okay, what kind of vision do you have about yourself? Many people, especially in leadership, they just grew into their positions. Of course, they had kind of a goal to become a leader in the company, to become a leader in the field, or even a person who is inspiring others, a thought leader. But quite often it's just you move ahead, you do great work, and you do even better work, you put more work into your work, and then you move upward. And at a certain point, you realize you are not even prepared for the position. Have been a specialist, you have been great at what you have been doing, and suddenly things changed. Suddenly you realize, I need something else. What is it? I need something to improve on, but what is it? Quite often, that's the moment when you realize you do not move ahead the way you want it, not as fast as you want it. Especially this applies for women. Women usually, and that's not my, that doesn't come from me. That's there are studies about that. Usually take between 2 and 2.5 years longer to move up into a leadership position than men do at the same level, with even less competence. Well, there's patterns behind of that, and we need to find out about that later. But realize frustration is a good feeling at that moment, because it shows you want something else, because it shows you want more. But what do you really want? This might be a moment where you want to just take a pause and look at yourself, look at your development, look at what you have achieved, and look at where you want to go to. And then also, who do you want to be? What kind of person do you want to be? What kind of leader do you want to be? And what goals are you following? What kind of footprint do you want to leave in your company, and also in your life, for those people you are influencing, for those people who you are working with, for the people uh, you want to have an impact on. And suddenly you realize you have to work on yourself. Suddenly you realize, okay, there are some steps that I missed, and what was that? And the problem is that it's like a blind spot somehow. That's why coaching, even for leaders, is so important. Not only for leaders, also for every person who is in a self-development journey, but especially for leaders, it is because as a leader, you have an impact. You have an impact not just on employees, you have an impact on humans. You have an impact on those people who are working with you and for you. And that's not just, limited to the job. That's an impact you have on their lives. That's an impact you have on their families, on their kids. And maybe you have never asked yourself what kind of impact you wanted to make. So this is a first important step when you realize there's some kind of frustration there. You do not achieve what you want, and you have to do some work on that. So what we developed is a structured process, about 9 levels, where you work out not only what you want, but also all the skills that you need to become a successful leaders. And the Leadership Academy for Women focuses especially on women, on their development and to become leaders. Why? Because I personally believe that we need more women in leadership, in politics and in business, more leaders in corporates, because they make a change. They make a huge difference in our worlds. And there's a story behind that. And on that story, I will tell you more about that in the free workshop that I'm going to conduct January 28th, that you can see here. And please, if you're interested to attend at this free workshop, just send me an email, so you get your seat. There are limited seats, and I really want to work with people who are there, who are really interested, and do not just consume. Because for me, it's important to have also an impact on those people who are interested in developing more and developing in a way they have more impact on people. So, um, also, I would like to ask you to become part of the Facebook group, the Leadership Academy for Women, if you want to, because I'm going to post there much more information. But as I said, send me an email if you want to attend. And if you're in a leadership position, think about developing and getting more out of your position and having a greater impact. That would be great. That would be helping me to fulfill my life's purpose and potentially even your life's purpose to become an impactful leader in the best way you ever want it to be. Thank you for listening. Please share and like. And if there are some questions, please send me an email or contact me on the channels that you have at hand. Thank you and bye for now.